And that's what happened last time on Glee. Hello there everybody, and welcome to part 8 of Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. So last time we defeated Cerberus and completed everything that there is to do in the Olympus Coliseum for right now. We will be returning to that world again in the future to participate in more games. But for right now, we must leave behind the games. Aww. But instead, to do a lot more preparation. Now, you saw what stats I leveled up during my whole grinding session, but I haven't actually bought anything yet. So, I will buy some things. Okay, so I'm going to actually do... Wait, actually, let me go over to the item shop first. The item shop is actually more important for us. Well, considering the world we're going to. So, first and most importantly is the fact that I want to actually buy something for Goofy. So, whatever you decide to buy for Goofy doesn't really matter. Like, the Smasher will prioritize attack over defense, and the Stout Shield will be filled with more defense, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Stout Shield, actually. Just to equip that onto, you know, the Goof. And, the world that we're going to be entering here, it's going to require plenty, and I mean plenty, of potions. So, I'm going to buy, well, actually, no. I want to buy, ethers, actually. Because this world also requires ethers, too. And yeah, even though I basically grinded up all the way to 1,000 plus money, this is still kind of expensive. Again, really kind of expensive. Alright, so I'll do that, and I'll buy another potion. So, all that will be good. I actually did pick up a couple more potions while I grinded up for, you know, money and levels. And I also grinded up plenty of Lucid shards as well, and Spirit shards. So, that's going to be useful for that thing that that the description just spoiled. Even though it's pretty much, you know, an almost 20-year-old game. Kingdom Hearts is almost 20 years old. And even though we don't have the money to buy all of these, I do at least want to buy one Protect Chain. So, with that, I am poor broke, but it will be worth it. It shall be worth it indeed, because Goofy can finally have an accessory, Jesus. And he can actually look cool with the Stout Shield. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, so I think that will actually do it for, you know, basic preparations. So, we shall go aboard to the Gummy Ship to see what is up for our next little adventure in the world of Kingdom Hearts. Alright, so now it's the point where I get to talk about the most fun little thing that its own little thing is, the Gummy Garage, by pressing the square button. Too bad, I am the tutorial. So, here's the Gummy Garage. So, we can build our Gummy Ship, we can view them, we can look at our inventory, we can ask for help, go over the tutorial, or exit. We're gonna go into the garage. And yes, that name actually does matter, because, you know, that really cool name that I picked for the boat at the beginning, that would have been this ship, but instead it's called the Highwind. But who cares? Who cares about that? We actually have several models of the Gummy Ship that we can pick from. We can pick from the Standard, which is the Kingdom, Shiva, or Ahriman. And if you couldn't already tell from Shiva and Ahriman, they're all going to be named after various Final Fantasy summons. So, let's go ahead and go with Shiva. Yeah, let's go with Shiva. Why not? So here's how building a Gummy Ship works. The only required parts of a Gummy Ship that you need are the cockpit and the engine. That way, it'll be able to fly, no problem. So long as you have a cockpit and an engine, the Gummy Ship will be able to fly. And the rest you can basically deal. So here we have armor, Protect G, which can reduce damage quite a bit. Shell G does the same thing. Dispel G, which does that quite a lot. Wing, which improves, or Aurora G, which slightly improves maneuverability. We have weapons, which we already have on our gummy ship. And we basically have decorative stuff. And choosing where you put the blocks is kind of important. Very kind of important. I mean, I don't really think the shape matters at all, but where you decide to put the parts for the gummy ship really does matter. And therein lies the actual, bit of coolness in designing your own gummy ship. Because you can basically design it to however you want. But it can get a little bit confusing to control, believe you me. It really is kind of confusing on how it all goes, because this is all a 3D model, and, pressing the R1 and R2 buttons actually allows you to select the thing in R1 mode. Meanwhile, R2 mode is basically just putting the parts of the gummy ship onto the thing. So I'm going to go ahead and put some wing onto here. And I'm going to put another wing on the opposite side. So that will improve the maneuverability quite a bit. And really that's about it for that. Well, actually I could just, get some parts of the gummy ship right here. Just to reduce the damage quite a lot. Just to reduce it. Because believe me, there are going to be certain gummy ship routes that are going to be pretty tough. They are going to be pretty tough, believe you me. Okay, so we have the high wind all set. And we can overwrite this one. And, can we actually rename this thing? I don't think we can, but it's whatever. It's fine. It's all fine and good, I suppose. Well, actually, yes, we can. Screw you, Riku! I can rename it whatever I want! I can even rename it There. Yes! There we go! Look at his face. Look at which one that is. Chip or Dale's face. Look at it. Alright, so with that, we're now going to be heading off to our next Disney World then. So you can basically tell the process of building a gummy ship can be actually kind of fun. But the one very important thing that I forgot to mention is the fact that first-timers are going to be confused. Very, very confused. I know one of my friends had, trouble understanding it the first time that he played through Kingdom Hearts, because it was definitely like its own little thing. You can definitely tell that it was its own little thing. Like the whole gummy ship system. And to be fair, it is really, really just confusing. Like, it's a lot. There's a lot to consider when building your own gummy ship. There is indeed a lot to consider. However, once you really get into it, you really start to get into it. And when you have the ability to build even better gummy ships, I feel like it actually can be really, really fulfilling. Again, it's just that the very first parts of the game can be, very, very sluggish. But in all honesty, I don't really think it's the worst thing in the world. It's not the worst. But it could have been handled a lot better at the beginning stages. It certainly is a whole lot better near the end game. But, it's fine. It's all good. Alright, so we just gotta clear out these guys right here. Avoid the rings if you can, because they will hurt you. If you do somehow, run into them. And you don't have a lot of armor on the gummy ship. So, just be careful not to get hit. Alright, so our second Disney World for this LP is Wonderland. We would have technically gone here first because this is technically the first one. But they gave us a choice. I chose to go over to Olympus Coliseum because I flipped over the coin and selected Tails. And I got Tails. But this should be all well and good regardless. Let's head in.
Oh, my furry business! I'm late! Oh dear! I'm here! I should be there! Oh, I'm late! Oh, the queen! She'll clap my head for sure!
Yes, indeed. We are indeed in Wonderland from Disney's Alice in Wonderland. The animated one. Not the live-action one, because that was much later. The animated one from the good old-fashioned 1951. This place is very strange, and I'm just gonna say this right now. I feel like this world, you know, despite its problems that I'll get into later, it does Wonderland, you know, some justice. It definitely does justice with Wonderland.
How did he get so small?
No, you're simply too big.
That clocks!
Must you be so loud? You woke me up.
Good morning.
Good night. I need a bit more sleep.
Wait, what do we have to do to grow small?
Why don't you try the bottle? Over there.
The doorknob didn't specify which one, but the thing is obviously going over to the blue one, so we obviously must drink that to get smaller. And now we are just regular size, or are we even regular size at all? I don't know, and I don't care, because, whoa, Jesus. Jesus, we got Heartless. Jesus, we have Heartless. And now this actually introduces us to the MP balls. So whenever you destroy any Heartless that specify in magic or specialize in magic, then you'll be able to recover some MP a whole lot faster than just, you know, smacking them in the face. So, yeah, pretty neat. Pretty neat. Okay, and yeah, so we're here in Wonderland, and now we have, you know, Wonderland's battle theme, which is great. It's pretty great. It's all filled with it's all bouncy. It's all mystical and wonderful. It's mystical and wonderful. I'm just gonna say it's bouncy. You're gonna be finding a lot of me just saying, you know, each Kingdom Hearts battle theme is so bouncy. It's great. Like, it makes you bounce up and down, just like, it's like, oh my god. It's just the way Yoko Shimomura composes the music. It's great. I'm not really a music guy, but it's awesome. This music is great. That's basically what I'm saying. This music is great. However, we can't really do anything while we're small here. So we're going to want to grow big in order to do something. Like push this bed over to the point where it gets flat on the wall. Because of course. If you do want to go back out, you'll have to be big in order to go out to the rabbit hole. So instead, we are going to now grow small. And actually, before we do that, hey, doorknob, we're small. Excuse me, doorknob, I have the key. Hello? God? Never mind. Never mind. That doorknob is just simply won't budge. If only we could cry some really, really big tears when we're big to wash away the stuff. Well, looks like the only way we can go is immediately over to the Queen's Castle. The Alice in Wonderland movie lied. It's not through that door. It's through here. Obviously.
Court is now in session.
I'm on trial. But why?
Her Majesty, the Queen of Hearts, presiding.
This girl is the culprit. There's no doubt about it. And the reason is... because I say so, that's why.
That is so unfair.
Well, have you anything to say in your defense?
Of course. I've done absolutely nothing wrong. You may be queen, but I'm afraid that doesn't give you the right to be so mean.
Silence! You dare defy me?
Hey guys, we should help her out.
Blah, blah, blah.
We're outsiders, so wouldn't that be muddling?
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah. And that's against the rules.
The court finds the defendant guilty as charged for the crimes of assault and attempted theft of my heart. Off with her head!
No! Oh, please!
Hold it right there!
Who are you? How dare you interfere with my court?
Excuse me, but we know who the real culprit is.
Uh-huh. It's the Heartland.
Anyway, she's not the one you're looking for.
That's nonsense. Have you any proof?
Voice acting cutoff prevention again. Bring me evidence of Alice's innocence. Fail and it's off with all of your heads. Geez, I want to keep my head. Geez. Gather as much or little evidence as you please. Report back here once you're ready. Cool. Alice, are you okay? Are you okay? And will you have any other lines? No, you don't, because voice acting cutoff prevention. And also that's Goofy and Donald. Yeah, they should have said Sora, Donald, and Goofy. That would have pleased the meme gods. Pleased to meet you, though I do wish it were under better circumstances. I'm sorry you got mixed up in this nonsense. Why are you on trial in the first place? I should like to know the very same thing. Apparently I was guilty from the moment I took the stand. That's crazy. Yeah, I know. That's crazy. So, where are you from? Curious. I can't quite remember. You see, I found this mysterious rabbit hole. And when I tried to peek inside, I tumbled in head over heels. And I found myself here. So you're from another world. That's funny. Maybe you don't need a ship then. I don't get it. I don't get it. The sentence that every Kingdom Hearts fan speaks. What do you mean, another world? Enough! The defendant will be silent! I know who should be silent. Donald, because he is walking into the stand. The judge's stand. Oh, if only I hadn't peeked inside that rabbit hole. I guess I'm just a bit too curious for my own good. I asked this Cheshire Cat how to get home, and he told me to ask the Queen. So I came here to see her, and I was arrested. She simply refuses to listen to me. It's so unfair. I haven't done anything wrong. What shall I do? I should like to keep my head. Why, if my head and body are separated, nothing I eat will reach my stomach. Well, you can always feed food through your neck. Like, that would solve things, right? Also, I totally broke the rules and spoke to the defendant. Totally spoke to the defendant because I'm from another world. I don't abide by your rules. I don't abide by the world's rules, sir, ma'am, cousin, cousin. And yes, I have better bring my evidence soon. Because here's the save point. I mean, no, we're not going to end the episode right there. Just, yeah, she's really scary. Do not anger the queen. Yeah. Okay. So, it looks like we can go to the Lotus Forest from here. So, let's see what we have. Apparently the Cheshire Cat is not allowed to talk, so I'm gonna say a voice for him. Who are you? Who indeed? Poor Alice, soon to lose her head, and she's not guilty of a thing. Hey, if you know who the culprit is, tell us. The Cheshire Cat has all the answers, but doesn't always tell. The answer, the culprit, the cat, all lie in darkness. Wait! They've already left the forest. I won't tell which exit. There are 4 pieces of evidence in all. 3 are a cinch to find. The 4th is tricky. Big reward if you find them all. Should we trust him? To trust or not to trust? I trust you'll decide. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not what he sounds like, but apparently the Cheshire Cat voice actor wasn't cast in time. So, I guess that technically counts for something, I guess. Okay, so as we have evidence to find and more Heartless to smash up, we gotta do so. And along with more Trinities, of course, because we gotta find all of the blue Trinities, all of the things, all the stuff. Yay. So that one is a whole lot of MP balls, as well as a potion and an ether. And in this box, we have our first piece of evidence. Footprints. And right here, these flowers, they require items. This is why you want plenty of potions, ethers, and whatever else. Because they give out gifts. But some of them are indeed required for you to actually progress onward. So right here, this one needs an ether, so we're going to go ahead and go into the stock and get an ether out of that and give to Sora so that he can give the ether to the flower. Thus we can get a camping set as well as a lot of HP balls that we don't even need. Yeah, seriously, we don't even need this many. And let's see. I always get a little bit confused. Yeah, it's Wonderland after all. What do you expect? What do you expect? It's Wonderland. Obviously, it's going to be like, you know, ultra confusing and whatever else. That's really, really weird. Again, Wonderland. You just expect it. So this one needs an ether. So we're going to give that to him, obviously, because the flowers are boys. And we get another camping set. Okay, so I guess that's cool that these flowers give out items and such. Oh yeah, also, because I forgot to mention it. Because Sora learned Slapshot off screen, I actually equipped that onto him. So he doesn't have sliding dash anymore, but instead, he now has the ability to rapidly strike enemies ahead of him. So that's cool. So that's pretty cool. Now, for this thing, I believe this flower needs a potion so that it... enemies? Okay, there we go. Apparently Goofy wandered off over to this, you know, corner right here and just decided, hey, I should probably just fight some Heartless. Or something like that, I don't know. But anyway, this flower needs a potion. And we grow gigantic. We're gonna crush Goof. We're gonna crush the Goof. But we're gonna get on this thing. See ya! So that will cause that platform to rise up, as we saw clearly on the far left of the thing. And, we need to examine this. I'm ripe enough to be picked and eaten. And we can eat this thing to get smaller. So let's turn that tree around over there to where the bush is, you know, not in view anymore, and just go ahead and continue onward, shall we? Shall we? Okay, so as we're going through getting more evidence here, actually, I think I needed to turn that thing around. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. Actually, can I reach that from here? Nope. I cannot reach it from there because it's... Yeah. Okay, so let's just, you know, get that thing out of there and then do that. Okay. So as we're getting more evidence here, I'm finally able to talk about this because it's actually something that I alluded to throughout all this time. And now that we had, you know, another example of this, we're going to be talking about actual actors. So throughout this entire LP, I've noted the fact that the various Disney characters who've used their actual voice actors and actresses. That is actually something really commendable that I've come to appreciate in Kingdom Hearts. Square Enix made an attempt to preserve the original voice actors as they possibly could. And here we have another Dalmatians thing. I mean, obviously Donald and Goofy are going to sound, you know, exactly the same as they do, you know, in this day and age. Like Bill Farmer as Goofy, you know, Tony... Yeah. Wow, Donald, what the hell are you doing? Jesus Christ. Yeah, Tony A. I'm just going to call him Tony A because I can't for the life of me pronounce his last name. As Donald. Rusty Terrier as Minnie. Tress MacNeille as Daisy. But that's not really the really cool thing. The really cool thing is that because they made an attempt to preserve the original actors and actresses, that is the actual actress that we heard earlier as Alice. Yeah, from the original 1951 movie, Alice in Wonderland. Catherine Beaumont as Alice. That is really cool. Like, I wanted to make mention of this whenever we got to Wonderland. Just, it's actually kind of cool that they asked out the original voice actress from the 1951 Alice in Wonderland to provide the voice for Alice, which is really cool. And obviously, whenever I'd made note of the actual actor, you would have heard that, you know, Sonic Mania sound go up, like whenever we run into the actual actor. So you can basically tell like other Disney characters like Phil, Hercules. You know, we saw those Disney villains earlier, but I'm not going to make mention of them until we actually run into them for the very first time. I mean, obviously you know who they are, but, you know, I'm only going to make note of them whenever we actually get to run into them in the story. But before that... Well, look what you found. Nice going. Now we can save Alice. Don't be so sure. She may be innocent, but what about you? What do you mean? I won't tell, but I'll give you something. We learned Blizzard. Yeah, so now we have an ice-based attack, so that's really cool. Let me actually check. Do we have... Well, no, we only have one more piece of evidence to find. But yeah, that's just really cool that Kingdom Hearts actually makes an effort to try to get the original actors and actresses for their roles. I mean, obviously some other characters aren't so lucky with that. They get good stand-ins. But the original actors, man, just the original actors, they're just the fact that you get to hear their voices in this game is just, it's just amazing. It's actually kind of cool. It really is. It seriously is indeed. Okay, so I will make note of all the actual actors and actresses as we keep on meeting, you know, various Disney characters throughout the journey, throughout the adventure. So whenever you hear that tring sound, that's the actual actor or actress providing the voice for that certain character. So, yeah, I'll definitely make note as we go along here. But anywho, now that we have all of our pieces of evidence, we can, you know, talk to the Queen of Hearts, see if we can free Alice. But that will be for next time, because this video is 32 minutes. Next time on Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, we're going to present our evidence to the Queen of Hearts to see if we can release Alice from her prison. See you guys on the next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.